Last century, 300 million people died from smallpox. That's over 9 times the military deaths in World War I and II. 200 years ago, Edward Jenner discovered that people inoculated with cowpox were also immune to smallpox. He directed us to vaccines, now our most effective weapon against infectious disease. There were critics in Jenner's day. There are critics today. Vaccines, they say, contain poisons. Wakefield bogusly claimed that MMR vaccines cause autism. Misguided individuals have tacked asthma, diabetes, and permanent brain damage to the list of ills. The British concluded that Wakefield perpetrated deliberate fraud. Vaccines should be a non-negotiable. To keep the program simple, think of the 3 R's: routine, required, and recommended. Routine vaccines. Everybody should be up to date, but some of you will have slacked off. You think you've gotten away with it. Really, you're only taking advantage of something called herd immunity. That's protection you receive when you're lucky enough to live in a community with a strong vaccination program. That luxury may not exist overseas. Polio has been eradicated from the Occidental world. If you travel outside of this region, all adults need 1 booster dose, which offers lifetime protection. Recommended vaccines. All vaccines are administered because of anticipated frequency or severity of disease. You balance that risk with the cost, effectiveness, and safety of the vaccine. Hepatitis A and B are absolute musts. Hepatitis was a leading cause of disability from infectious disease before the vaccines became available. Prevention is the only meaningful treatment. Hepatitis A and B vaccines are virtually 100% effective, and protection lasts a lifetime. Typhoid poses a risk where food preparation, water purification, and sanitation are suspect. Left untreated, typhoid can be severe and life-threatening. Common sense is the best first line of defense. Vaccines further reduce risk by 70%. Meningitis is a rare but severe and life-threatening disease. It strikes like lightning and can be fatal despite treatment. Meningitis is everywhere, but rampant in the meningitis belt. All persons traveling to this region should receive the Meningococcal Vaccine. It combats 4 strains and reduces the risk from person-to-person transmission. Rabies, the only universally fatal disease. Once infected, there's no treatment. Africa, India, and Southeast Asia account for more than 80% of reported deaths. Dogs are the most common source of transmission. Playful children are the most susceptible to bites. This costly vaccine is recommended for people in high-risk areas where timely access to post-exposure immunization is limited. Dukoral. Dukoral is technically a cholera vaccine. Cholera is rare and very preventable. Some recommend Dukoral for prevention of travelers' diarrhea. It protects against only 1 form of E. coli and then only 50% of the time. But protection drops after 3 months. We do not recommend Dukoral for most long-term travelers. On to required vaccines. Yellow fever is the only vaccine regulated by the World Health Organization. Proof of vaccination may be a legal requirement for travel across Africa and South America. Day-biting mosquitoes carry the yellow fever virus. It hits major organs, including the brain, liver, and kidneys. It is often fatal, but the vaccine is 100% protective. Vaccines are the most effective weapons in our war against infectious diseases. Don't leave home without them.